Let's start off with Limbo, because it is actually one of my favourite games. I do like a little bit of Limbo. So let's bring up. Let me see if I can bring up the details. There's Limbo. Look, I've prepared everything today for the stream. Usually, when James isn't about, I get Danny to do the stream, to do all the tech stuff for the stream. And when Danny's not about, it all goes to pot, really. Bulgarian Warrior says, I got a little bit too spooked. Or it's already a bit too spooky, isn't it? All right, Playdead presents a game by Arnt Jensen, Limbo, touch to start. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is the very start of Limbo. And the reason that it's spooky, the reason that it's all spooky, how much lower can I go? The reason that it's all spooky is that it's all in black and white. And as soon as you put a game in black and white, then it's all spooky and stuff. I will also say that this voice is giving me a bit of a sore throat. So yeah, and also the chat is not being manned by anybody today. It's just being manned by me. Because of that, I will be wielding the banhammer with liberal justice. But also, it means that I'll probably swing and miss a couple of times. But there we are. That's something to look forward to. But you guys are all lovely anyway, and I'm sure that the banhammer will need to come out because you folks are always absolutely lovely and adorable. So Limbo. Limbo is a game which stars this boy right here. He's got glowing white eyes. He's got a nice hairdo. In all sort of honest opinion, he reminds me of past deputy editor of Pocket Gamer, Will Wilson, but you might not remember him because he's been gone ages. He works at, I think he works for the CSR people now, CSR Racing people. So he's fancy, but he looks a little bit like him. So what I'm doing is I'm swiping left and right on the screen. You can't see it because there's no virtual joystick buttons and stuff like that. But if I swipe and hold left and I swipe and hold right, then I'm doing little different movements and stuff like that. And if I swipe upwards while running, then I do a running leap. There we are. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty much all you need to know. There's also another button that you also need to know, which I'll show you right now. If you tap and hold on the screen like so, then you hold on to things. And I'm just going to pull at this. It's stuck on the thing. And I'll climb up there quickly and then climb up there quickly. Oh, this is puzzle platforming at its greatest. So I've jumped onto this rope and I'm going to slide down. Well, I'm not going to slide down because I'm not a cool Tom Clancy-esque member of Rainbow Six. I'm just going to sort of gradually climb down like that. Still, that actually does take quite a lot of upper body strength. I tried to climb a rope when I was a youngster and didn't work out. Did not work out very well at all. Okay, and then we leap from chasm to chasm, or platform to platform, avoiding the chasm. And here we are. Look, let's go for a sail. Oh, it's all a bit spooky. So, as we sail across this little bit of water, you can see how the visuals really do make it kind of a. It's certainly a special experience, or it was initially when black and white games weren't really a thing at all. Monochrome games hadn't been in vogue since Pong on televisions of 1970s British homes. But Limbo brings that back. Essentially, and it brings it back to great effect. It's not black and white because it's trying to be cheap. It's not black and white because that's a really easy way of making it look all spooky and that. And we don't have to bother about visuals and assets and stuff anymore. It's nothing to do with that. It's because there is a desired effect here, and the Limbo people are absolutely going for it on this one. Caffeine Dreamer there in the chat, joining us from Paris. I don't know why are you here with us, Danny? You should be off quaffing croissants. And can you quaff a croissant? And drinking what can you drink in France? Well, red wine, I suppose. So here we are. Look, I'm moving this thing around. Oh, he's on his way there now. He's on his way there. Well, hello. Thank you for joining us in the chat there, Danny. Get on there now. Go on. Or watch. I don't mind. So I'm jumping over the little spiky things, because if I jumped on those, then I would get severely hurt, because they're basically bear traps. The game is all about... the game is all about kind of having a creepy sense of pervading threat and horror, and not quite seeing what's in the background, not quite understanding what is being shown to you. And it's also about being a rock hard platformer in spots. Like the first time you play through this, you're going to get killed multiple times, but luckily I've played this one a couple of times before because it's one of my favourite games. So I'm going to go and... But what is that thing that just got eaten up like that? Eaten up all horrible like that? I don't know. It looked like a girl that had been hung, didn't it? And that looks like a bit of her head that's still on there. So, you know, it's not a pleasant world to be a part of, certainly. And later on, you know, you'll find all sorts of horrible things as you sort of start to discover what it is that's kind of going wrong in this world. And the story actually is oh no, get up. Okay. The story is actually, you know, pretty darn... Whoa, sugar. The story is actually pretty darn good, and there's some really interesting philosophical ideas that are presented. But really, it's just a good platformer. You know, if that's all you're after, if you're not after all that philosophical stuff, then it's just a really good platformer. So, obviously, I'm all alone on this App Spy and Pocket Gamer stream. I'm not joined by Danny. Well, he's in the chat. I'm not joined by James because he's got the vapours. So, do keep me company in the chat room. People are saying, loving the hat, Peter. Well, absolutely, obviously. It's a delightful hat. It's a spooky hat. You know, have you played Limbo before? I want to know. I want to hear your opinions in the chat, and I'll read out some of the best responses on this stream. So we're sort of moving around here. You know, we need to figure out what we're going to do next. Aha! Here's a crate. Crates are always good in video games, aren't they? They're always fantastic. So your sort of first thought is, well, maybe the crate will float or whatever, and it will go across the water, and we can try that. In fact, let's give that a go now, just in case I haven't gone completely mad. And but unfortunately, you drown in, you know, a foot of water. So that's probably not the way to go forward. The way to go forward is to actually go back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this crate and we're going to use it to stand on things. So this is an example of how Limbo is more than just kind of like your average kind of a, you know, platformer in which, you know, it's all about dexterous handling, you know, the ability to actually play video games really, really well. It's not really about that. It's more, it's about that, but it's also about, you know, thinking about how to use the environment and exploring and you know, being smart with the world design. So actually, what we have to do is come up here, and then we give this a little push, and then that'll fall down. Now, obviously, we could jump down, but let's not do that, because we all know where that's going. There's also a little hidden thing up there at the top. See that little white thing? So those are little collectibles that you can grab as well. And oh, there we go. So there's little collectibles that you can get, and I think in the console and PC versions they unlock little achievements and so forth, and I think they do the same in Game Center as well. Now let's... what do we want to do now? Alright, let's go over here, let's push this. And we're sort of making our own little makeshift boat here, aren't we? And then run and jump. Go! Oh, no! I drowned again in 2 feet of water. This guy can't swim. He's a terrible platforming protagonist, really, if you think about it. Can't swim, so he's like Mario, original NES era Mario. Pre-Super Mario Bros. 3 Mario, useless. You know, he's also got a lot of enemies and a lot of environmental traps coming after him. So now we're coming up to a bit that I feel is kind of a classic of modern video gaming. This is kind of a bit where, you know, this is a modern classic, I would say. I would say Limbo is absolutely a modern classic. It's a video game, if you consider yourself somebody who's into video games, that you should probably have played it. And here's the spider moment, basically. So what we can do is, if we run underneath him, we see that he's like, oh, hello. And then he's like, gotcha. So, and he hits the ground. And he's like, ooh. And he's like, I'm going to hit you. Aha. And then he misses, of course. And so there's no real way of getting getting past that. You can't really brute force through. And, you know, you're a small boy. You're not you know, you're not a superhero. You're not like a God of War style Kratos who would just kind of smash his face in and be like, "Take that, you spidery swine." Can't really do that. So you've got to use the environment to your advantage. So here he is, sniffing out his little prey, and he's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna get you." Oh, he didn't like that. Gonna take this back from you, and we're gonna do roughly the same sort of thing again. And like any good boss, 3 hits is all it really takes. Yep, didn't like that, did you? And he's gonna fall for it again. Spooky. That is a spooky bit of boss fighting right there. So now the trap's broken and we can just run over it. But we've, you know, smashed off those spiders' legs, and you know, now we can proceed, and we can proceed further and deeper and darker into the recesses of the world of Limbo. But just before that gets too spooky, we'll play something else. So Limbo, $4.99, and the equivalent in your area. So next game, let's what should we do now? I did say that I would read out some cool things about Limbo. James Lee says Limbo is an unbelievable port. I agree. Limbo is amazing, says Cadiz. Never gets off the iPad, says Nafna Games. And Mikkel says played it on every possible platform, I guess. To James Lee, of course. So brilliant comments in here, and you know, it's and keep them coming, basically, because we've got more games to play. I'll just take a quick sip of my spooky drink. Well, now what I'm also trying to do at the moment is keep an eye on all of the open fires that I have around my desk, because I've got little candles on. And first of all, very romantic. Second of all, fire hazard. So just making sure that I don't set myself on fire. Now, this is Dead Space for iOS. We're going to start at the beginning, which is a good place to start. And it's seen by many as a big name license done really, really well on mobile. And I kind of agree. I think this is a really good example of taking a big console franchise and putting it onto the mobile telephones. So it's made in association with Visceral Games. Hats off to you. And as you can see, it looks absolutely stunning. Looks fantastic. Sounds brilliant. It's, you know, a really, really good looking game, and it does tie in with the Dead Space mythos as well. So you know, if it's like extra sort of explanation that you're looking for, if you want to find out a little bit more about the Dead Space universe, then this absolutely is, you know, a part of it. It is canon, it's recognised as canon, and in fact, some of the characters in this game cross over into other games, specifically, I think, Dead Space and Dead Space 2 rather than Dead Space 3. So, you know, we're being shown this is how you play a dual stick video game, and so we've got you know, movement controls. We can go and retrieve the plasma saw if we want. Now, where are we going to do that? Where is the plasma saw? Bottom right, I'm using my... Oh, no, not around here. Bottom right, I'm sort of, you know, flicking the camera around so I can have a look. Now, for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you may notice that there's a tiny little 1X in the corner. That's because I'm playing the iPhone version blown up to iPad size. I don't actually have the iPad version, but the iPad version is, you know, basically identical. And I mean, this still looks really good, even blown up to 1X size. Let's down to 2X. Like, that looks great, right? So let's tap on that. He's got a bit of a weird walk animation, our character. Well, I should say our character has a weird walk animation. We don't actually know if it's a male or a lady at this point. So I don't want to give away too much, obviously. But we're sort of wandering around. There's some lights flickering, your typical Dead Space stuff. And it's very much like your console Dead Space, essentially. Plasma sword, let's pick that one up. Here he is, look. Ooh, this looks nice. I'll be a little bit dangerous with it, even though I am a qualified whatever it is I do. Plasma sword controls. Go to the power box, tap the ring to open it, and swipe up on the arrow to swing your plasma sword. Let's do that, shall we? So we've cut through that area, and it means that we can access this area. Fantastic. Visually, looks really, really good. Obviously, you know, it's not really pushing the device too hard because it is keeping everything locked down into very small, confined areas, and that's a brilliant little trick that mobile developers have used for ages now, actually, and just developers in general have used, so that you can show really great-looking visuals on devices that are slightly underpowered. Because this came out when iPhones weren't massively powerful. In comparison to, let's say, I don't know, they were just about probably as powerful as a PSP, I would say, or some of the lower end ones were. So let's retrieve the plasma cutter. So, it's a really good looking game. I remember when this game came out, I wasn't actually covering mobile games at this point when the game came out. And I remember just thinking, this is a very good looking video game. These mobile games, I think they've got a future. I'm sure I probably said. Right, let's head on out here, see whether or not there's anything else that we can go and get. Is there somewhere else I'm meant to be? Or is it through here? I think it is actually somewhere around here. Isn't it? I haven't played this one in ages. Spooky. So yeah, as a reminder, this is the spooky games for Halloween 2014. And this is AppSpine Pocket Gamer. And we are playing... Do you know what? It's got to be back here, I reckon. It's got to be back here. Where is it then? Locator guide. Tap on the rig icon and then the arrow icon to access your locator. Aha. Aha! There we are, look. So that's quite useful, isn't it? Retrieve the plasma cutter. I remember having that now. Oh, a little bit of some effects there. The developers showing off a little bit. So, oh, what's down here? What's down here? Oh, some lovely fogging, some lovely effects. Obviously nothing massively frightening or scary at the moment. So, some of you guys are talking about Dead Space on consoles and Dead Space on iOS. Keep that conversation flowing, because, yeah, I mean, like, I feel like this is... It's not... I should say, it is not Dead Space on PC or on console or anything like that. Touch and slide to aim at the power box. Let's do that, shall we? Tap again to fire. It's not the same thing, but come on, no, I don't want to do that anymore. There we go. But it's similar-ish. It's close. Tilt the device left or right to rotate the plasma beam 90 degrees. All right. It's not really having it. Oh, I see. Oh, that's clever. So if I spin it round... Ah, okay, so I have to spin it round sometimes as well. Okay, I get it. Very clever. So that should take that one out automatically. Quick turn. Double tap the character to quickly turn 180 degrees. Is there another place around here that's going to have me a cable? Yes, there is. Fantastic. So let's whip out our thing, and we're going to spin it like that. So it's it's Dead Space. It definitely does have the it definitely does have a lot of the elements of Dead Space in it. The fact that you can use a cutter in different directions, the fact that you can, the fact that it is a third-person adventure game. Where are we going? We're going to go this way. Retrieve the kinesis module. As somebody's pointing out in the chat, Nothing Games is pointing out in the chat, still quite a way until you find the monsters. Obviously, I want to, I do want to show you a little bit of this game, but if it might be slightly too far until we get to the actual monsters themselves. But there is this spooky kind of atmosphere to it, and this is about me giving you a bit of a taste of these games, how these games play, and what they're all about, so that you can make a decision as to whether or not you want to go and grab them for Halloween. Because I'll tell you, I'm a bit too old for trick or treating myself, so I like to stay in and play spooky games. I say that I like to stay in and play really nice, lovely games. Actually, I don't like to play spooky games. I'd like to try to not think about spooky games at all. Let's see where we need to go. Retrieve the kinesis module. All right, let's go up here then. And we're going on through. Okay, get close to the stomp box and swipe down on the arrow to smash it. Okay, we'll do that in just a second, I think. Swipe. Gotta take this hat off because it's making my head hot. Right. There we are. We've got the kinesis module. Gain access to server room 3. So let's figure out where we need to go next. I really like this, you know, sort of giving you a hint as to where it is that you need to go next. I actually really like that. I think that's a smart little addition. Oh, come on. Where is it? Oh, it's through here. So what are we doing here? Kinesis controls. Tap the grip icon to use kinesis. Okay, so let's do that. And we're aim and tap to launch the object. Okay, oh. Pick it up. There we go. So we can just chuck these things about. Devil may care. There we go. And we'll just try and... oh no, we can't get through that. No, put your gun away. There. Put your gun away. There we go. That's better. Come on. Yeah. There we go. And we're chucking everything around the room. I'll be really good on finders keepers, wouldn't I? Really? I'll be excellent on finders keepers, actually, I reckon. Alright, so do we need this to be this way round? Yes, we do. So there's a lot of puzzle elements to this one, but there's also, you know, there's the great looking visuals, there's the puzzle elements, and there's also, I would say, oh, go on, reload. There is also, you know, there is spooky stuff in here as well. Go to the clearance area. Where do I need to go now? Oh my goodness me. Come on now, let's go. Oh! What was that? That was a bit much. I think... oof, that was all a bit much, wasn't it? Now, let's just... there we go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Go away. Okay. Right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. No, leaving you behind. Leave me alone. So now we're... oh god, why are we going towards it? Right, so now we're fleeing. You can tell things have gone very bad because there's sort of red lights going off absolutely everywhere, and things crawling through all sorts of walls and stuff. Oh my goodness, why are we going down? Never go down in a horror anything. Don't continue to go down. That's a really, really dumb idea. Oh god, can we escape? Can we escape? Okay, let's get out. No, go away, leave me alone. Right, go, 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 go. Flare everywhere. All sorts of lighting effects and loveliness like that. Oh, Jesus. Flipping heck. So yeah, this is Dead Space, gang. I don't really... I quite like it. I think it's pretty cool, right? Leave me alone, leave me alone. Oh. Okay, so we've managed to escape that. And I think that's a little bit too much action for one day. So there we are. That is Dead Space. That's $2.99. Okay, run it. I'm just getting some sweat off my forehead there. Next one. Let's bring things down a little bit. Let's play Home. So let's bring the details for Home up. It's $2.99, you know. It's by Benjamin Rivers. And if you're looking for it, it's Home, a unique horror adventure or something like that. Horror story or something. Wear headphones, turn off the lights. Well, I've turned off the lights. I am wearing headphones. Walk left, walk right, look up, double tap to interact. That's the game. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Haha. So here we are. So the visuals, this is obviously a super modern game. They've gone for a 2D, very, very, you know, old school 2D look. and I, for one, really like it. I've played this one. I wrote an article, actually, about Home on Pocket Gamer years ago now. House, where was I? Kind of about scary games and such. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. There's a body lying on the floor. Who was it? Well, who was it? Didn't recognise his face. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, cat! Oh! Oh. See? I told you cats are awful. Ah, dear. So Alex Gull seems to reckon he knows what the last game of the stream is going to be. Answers on a postcard as to what that's going to be. So we're looking around. We're trying to interact with objects when they highlight. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? So this is where Home becomes a really interesting psychological horror, because each of these different answers that you can give in each of the questions that are asked of you, and depending on which way you actually even go in the game, influences the story that you're going to get. So did I open the drawer? You're damn right I did. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. It looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? And we can tap at the top of the screen to just look up, make sure that nothing horrible is around. There's all sorts of blood. We're double tapping to look at these things. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realised there was blood on my shoes and pants. This is an American game. Just to highlight, this is an American game. If you're a British viewer, there's not they mean trousers. Oh man, I had to get out of there. So we had to get out of there. Let's get out of here. I like those door sequences. They remind me a lot of Resident Evil. Those really slow load moments where it's like I love those bits. Alright, let's get down the stairs. Same with those, I suppose. Notice that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home and seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Okay. Oh, hello. A thin grey mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Well, yeah, of course I did. Because I'm a nice guy. And there is this kind of really haunting atmosphere to everything. You know, it looks basic, obviously, to the untrained eye. But actually, there's a lot of visual splendour going on here that's very, very clever. You know, the fact that there is this circular outline that's kind of, you know, a spotlight on where the light is. The fact that there's all sorts of supposed pixelation on the outsides. The fact that you're looking at things and you have to kind of figure out what they are. It means that in your head, you're constructing a picture. And if you're engaging your mind in a horror, it's much, much, much more affecting. Collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? Yeah, this guy is not good at... This is a story about a guy who's not very good at DIY. I find a picture of a couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. So, again, we didn't have to do some of these things, some of the options that we're sort of making, but I'm making them. So, Kurt Needs writes, howdy, man, I love this game. It's too short, though. I agree with you. I mean, there is some sort of, there's some sort of replay value, if that's something that you're interested in, because there are different outcomes to kind of see the rest of the game. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. It's like my house. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Nah. I figured this was no help to me, so I left it behind. So it kind of builds its own tension, and I'm not going to give away anything about the actual, too much of the story, I should say. But needless to say, psychological horror is best when it is confronting things that aren't just scary ghosts. It is, the games are best when you know, they are questioning something about reality or ourselves, or you know, preying on our sort of darkest fears. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. So the front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find a way out. Okay. So let's go through here. The bathroom was incredibly clean. Every surface had been thoroughly wiped, and nothing seemed out of place. That's strange, isn't it? There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. This game actually reminds me a lot of the original Clock Tower on Super Nintendo. Because I'm sure we've all played that. Can we get through here? Door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Clock Tower, and that's a good thing. It certainly reminded me of that when I was playing it through. It'd obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Yeah. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. So let's go down here. There was a ladder going underground. Where the box was, a dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? That's a... You know, that's a question I think you'll have to answer for yourself. So that's Home. It's a premium game, and I told you what the price was earlier. What was it? $2.99. Bargain. Absolute bargain. Goes on offer a fair amount of time. You can go to appspy.com if you see one of these paid games and you're like, it's a bit too expensive, go to appspy.com, sign up for an account, add games to your library, and we'll send you an email when they go down in price. So, what should we play next? We've got two more games. One of them I'm fearing more than the other. Let's leave the really super horrible scary one till last. Let's play some Walking Dead. So, The Walking Dead is, again, without a doubt, a modern classic. It is taken from the comic books, the comic book series. It kind of follows its own path rather than copying the actual comic books themselves, but it does, as far as I know, it interweaves with the comic books in some ways, but I'm not a Walking Dead fan, I'm not a huge zombie fan, so I couldn't tell you exactly how that actually happens. Let me just grab a sip of another spooky soda. Cherry flavoured spooky soda. The Walking Dead. So you can buy different episodes. This is actually currently free. So the first episode is free. You see if you like it. You know, the next episodes come after that. If you like the first episode, I'm going to just say this, you know, outright. If you like the first episode enough to think, maybe I'll buy the next one, just buy the whole series. It usually winds up cheaper. Let's start just a new game, I think, because you know, we're playing all of these games from the very, very beginning. It does work out cheaper, like I say. And if you like the first episode, you'll like where the rest of the series goes. It doesn't, you know, there's no hard swings or anything like that. It doesn't change its gameplay too much. So the game's just told me that, you know, the game will adapt to the way that I answer certain questions. A little bit like Home. And yeah, here we go. Really don't like zombies at all. So this is good. This is very good. All right, taking my spooky jacket off now. Come on, get off me. Get off me. Episode 1, A New Day. Oh, spooky jacket's off. Thank goodness for that. Where's my hat? I'm going to get my hat again. There he is. Oh, hello. Oh, he's not happy. Hey, man. Says the old man. Sizing you up.
Well, I reckon you didn't do it.
I'm just going to very quickly pause the game and go to the settings and go to the subtitles just in case you fancy reading what's going on. Why'd you say that?
Why do you say that?
I've driven a bunch of fellas down to this prison. Who knows how many? Usually it's about now I get the I didn't do it.
Silence is a valid option. That's something my mum used to say to me. You can touch and drag to look around. There we are, look. So we can just look about, see what's happening. A small icon in the rearview mirror, of course, which we'll look at in just a second. So you see, you can look about, you can, kind of, you've got a little bit of freedom, but it is also quite a linear game, and that's not a bad thing at all.
Follow this case a little bit. You being a man.
You're from Macon.
He picked up on that. You can turn off those little notifications as well about the, oh, he picked up on that, or he'll remember that, or whatever it is.
Sanitary mess you got yourself mixed up in. With all due respect. A real shame. Hell, our family is regulars at your folks' drugstore right in downtown. Still there?
Sure is.
Good. I got a nephew up at UGA. You teach there long?
Going on the 6th year.
You meet your wife in Athens?
Let's see whether or not we can't bring up some of the audio just a little bit. See if there's a little bit more audio that we can bring in.
Regardless, could be you just married the wrong
Don't know if we
woman.
can actually. How's that? It's a bit better. How's that? That should be a little bit louder.
Love it, but that box never shuts up. Sit in this seat and pay too much attention and you'll drive yourself crazy. I'm driving this man once. He was the worst one. He wouldn't stop going on about how he didn't do it. He was an older fella, big soft eyes behind a pair of smart folk glasses.
I really love the
He
facial
was wailing
expressions and
back
stuff
there.
like that
Says it
that
wasn't him. Crying and
each of the
snotting
characters
all
makes.
over.
There's
Right
there's a
where
lot
you
of there's a lot you can tell in their face, and that's really good. Like that's really actually kind of impressive.
Like a fussy baby on an airplane. And I tell him he's got to stop. That's government property, and I'll be forced to zap him otherwise. So he stops, and having exhausted all his options, he starts crying out for his mama. Mama, it's all a big mistake. It wasn't me.
Maybe he was innocent.
Innocent? They caught the fucker
Naughty.
stabbing his wife, cutting her up as the boys came through the door. He sits in my car screaming bloody murder that it wasn't him. I think he actually believed it himself. It goes to show, people will up and go mad when they believe their life is over. I got another good
Watch
one
out for the
you.
dude. Watch out for that dude. Nope. Watch out for that dude. Watch out for the dude. Watch out for the dude. Oh. Oh my word. Oh goodness. Oh. That is the introduction to The Walking Dead. It is quite impressive, isn't it? Really, I think it's pretty cool. What's happening here? We're sort of drifting in and out of consciousness here. I'm assuming. There's blood all over the seats, and here I am, showing off my nice new watch. Really love the voice acting in this thing. It's really spot on. Absolutely fantastic.
Fuck. My leg.
And the sort of the cast of characters is actually kind of cool for a video game. It's not often that you get to play as characters of color, or in Walking Dead 2, where you actually get to play as another character entirely, certainly a type of character that you never get to play as. So it's really interesting. It's really, really cool, and it's a really brave game in some ways. You know, so it's made by Skybound, and it comes out of Telltale Games. And it's obviously the reason is that this, you know, that it's covering characters that don't often get covered is because it's from a different medium entirely. You know, comic books have always, well, I say always. I mean, since I've been reading them. So I mean, you know, since like 70s, 80s, that sort of period of time, I would say that, you know, comic books have always tried their best to incorporate different kinds of characters and so on. Touch and drag along the screen to make Lee walk. Let's do that. Let's give that a go. Let's grab that. There's a shotgun shell over there. He's hobbling along. Grab that. So yeah, it does come from this comic book world, and that's, you know, where obviously where it gets its really impressive looking look, and why it's such a story-driven game. So let's tap on here. Let's. I'm going to search the cop for the keys quite clearly. So he's not doing well. Let's grab the keys and just unlock our thing. Oh, Butterfingers! All right, so we'll tap on there and we're going to grab the keys now. We'll actually properly unlock our thing now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, he's not happy. Oh, he's not happy at all. Okay, so we're going to need a gun, possibly. Possibly that shotgun that we saw on the ground earlier. So let's do that. Let's have a quick look down. Grab that. Pick up the shotgun. Alright, so we've already got the cartridge. And, of course, Butterfingers Magoo decides to drop the thing. And we're grabbing the cartridge, reloading the thing, and we're going to tell this zombie what for by blasting it in the face. And now he's dead. But of course a loud weapon like that in a zombie-filled area probably isn't the best thing for your own personal health and safety.
Help! Go get someone!
Oh, off they go. Alright, fine. So what's happening? What's going on? Is there something around here? What is it? Where is it? Oh! Where's Zombie? There he is. Not wearing a red and white top, but there we go. Oh, come on! You are the biggest klutz. Go on, shuffle off. You look like one of them. That's the worst thing. The worst thing is that actually he looks like a member of The Walking Dead as well, which is quite ironic. Perhaps something else. Off we go. Come on. Alright, let's see whether or not we can leap over the top of this thing. Come on. So we've had a bit of an action sequence. We've had to combine certain things with certain things. We've had to make decisions. We've had conversations. That is what The Walking Dead is all about. You know, that is absolutely where it's all about. This is season 1. This is episode 1 of season 1, and it's a fantastic, an amazing start to a series, and it's now into the second season. There was even a sort of interquel episode between season 1 and 2, and I believe there's now a confirmed season 3 in the works that is meant to finish off the series entirely. So quite exciting though. So that is The Walking Dead, and I think we'll leave it just there for The Walking Dead. So now we have to deal with not The Walking Dead. Now we've got to deal with this other one. What are we playing? Five Nights with Freddy's. Brilliantly, I've screwed up the PNG there, but this is Five Nights with Freddy's. I've not actually played this one. This game contains flashing lights, some other stuff, and my screen's upside down, so I'm going to just have to turn it round ever so slightly. There we go. Brilliant. So, I'm going to have to look at it from here, unfortunately. So, Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't like the look of this guy. He looks a bit much, doesn't he? $2.99 premium game. Alex Skull says, oh boy, here we go. Oh, good. Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza. Family pizzeria looking for security guard to work the night shift. Okay. Not responsible for injury. Okay. Alright. So, we haven't got much power. So, what am I doing here? Nothing? Oh! Okay. What am I... Okay. So what am I doing here? So why don't I just put the doors down and go and... What are these things? Why are they doing these things? Where am I? So cam 1A, cam 1B, cam 1C. What's that? Sorry, out of order. Okay. Well, I don't know what any of these things are. Oh, that's me. Hello. So the camera's there. Okay, so I know that 2B, 2... Okay, rules for safety. Don't run. Don't poop on the floor. Don't... Okay, well, that's fine then. So why have we got our doors open? Well, we could just open the doors back up, can't we? Surely. So that's fine then. So what are we doing? What's the problem? Why is this a scary game? It's not a scary game. Why am I scared of this game? I'm not scared. Mind you, my battery's going down really fast. What am I meant to do? Played this... I'm on night 4 on my first go. Alright, I think I'm going to get to night 1 billion because I have no idea what's going on. So what's... I don't know what's happening. Why is it that the doors require like more electricity? It's only 2 AM. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Can I just turn the fan off? Turn the fan off! Surely that'd be enough. That would help. Turn the bloody fan off. So what's the problem? Why, and also, why is it that having the door down is an issue? Like, surely down is fine. Your power is going down. Okay, yeah, I know, but I don't really know what I'm meant to do. Why is it... Why is the power on? Turn the bloody fan off! You wasteful... Wally? What's going on? There's nothing around here. There's literally nothing here. Hello! Oh. So, I just got to survive the night, right? Like, that's the thing. So, what do I do? Like, get in some video, like maybe get in some video games, get in some bottles of pop. What else could we do? Have a nice time with the friends. Call up a pal. What else could we do? My mate Greg's a security guard, and he works for a company that I can't tell you the name of. Actually true. And but he tells me about some of his stuff, and he just says that all he does really is he just sort of like, he has a wander around, somebody phones up to make sure he hasn't died, and then he plays, well, he does his work, but then he just like hangs out. If he's got like a, you know, spare hour or so of just nothing happening, he's just like, I'll hang out, I'll do whatever I want. Sounds like a pretty cushy job. I mean, you know, he has to work nights and everything, which sucks. But, well, it sucks for some people. I think he doesn't like it. I'm just gonna put the doors down. Is that alright? Or am I not allowed? I don't know why this is an issue. I don't know why I should be scared. Oh, hello. Hello, Treacle. What are you doing there? It's 5 AM. It's 6 a.m. Good. Well, there we go. 12 a.m. second night. Alright. So have I got loads of power then? Okay, well then I'm alright, aren't I? I think, Peter, if you keep using power, I think you'll die, says Sod Almighty. I think you're supposed to conserve power. Okay. I'm gonna conserve power from now on, I think. I'm gonna try and do that anyway. There's nothing around here, look. Oh, look. There's nothing scary. Oh, some of them moved. So if I just leave it for a bit, does that mean that they're gonna just chill out and not... they'll just leave me be? I'm actually getting a bit freaked out now because nothing's happening. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh god. Oh god. Who's that? Who's that? Hold on. There's a man there. There was a man. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, Jesus. I didn't like that. Why is there a man there? Where's he gone? Oh, he's gone now. Okay. Why was that man there? Okay, well that's alright. He's not here anymore. That was a bit grim. It's 2 a.m. I don't like this. I can see why people are finding this scary. Because there is quite a lot of tension. There is a fair amount of tension going on right here. Like, I feel worried. I feel worried. Well, okay. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, we're coming to the end of the stream, which is a good thing. And, so, okay. I'm just gonna make sure I keep my eye out for everything. So, we're coming to the end of this stream, and, obviously, this has been Pocket Gamer and App Spy doing all sorts of spooky games. Spookiest games for Halloween. And, oh god. And we've played 5 games. We've played Home. We've played Dead. Ah, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Shut the door! Oh Jesus! Oh no! Oh, I don't like it. Is he still there? Oh no, he's not. I didn't like it at all. Oh, I don't like it. Okay, no, I'm barricading the doors. No, that's the end of the thing now. That's the end of the thing because I'm not having that anymore. So yeah, creepy, horrible, nasty video game. Don't play any of these games. They are absolutely horrible and they make you scared. Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. So thank you very much for coming along to Pocket Gamer and App Spy thingy. I'm just gonna exit now because then I didn't die and I was completely fine. Yeah. So thank you for coming along and make sure that you follow us on twitch.tv. I'm absolutely shitted up by that. Twitch.tv/AppSpy. You're watching it right here and hit follow because we love you when you do that. Twitter.com/AppSpy. Facebook.com/AppSpyFans. Subscribe to the Pocket Gamer podcast when you can as well. It's on iTunes. Go and grab it. It's also on Stitcher and all those other places. But yeah, that was a bit too much. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure that yeah, come and let me know what you think of that, and we'll put this up on YouTube tomorrow with my little scaredy bit where I went really horrible and scared and stuff as well. All right, I'm gonna go and calm down somewhere else. I think I'll take this stupid hat off, and yeah, we'll see you same time tomorrow. Bye.